Welcome to another episode 5 of GMAR Online Live, or Greater Minds Live. Yeah, screwed up our own show on the 5th.
We're off to a really strong start here.
Yeah. So good morning, everybody. Nathan Boji, Remax Classic, member of the Tech Committee, joined by some fellow Tech Committee members. To my left, Caleb.
Caleb Bondarenko. I'm with Hub Real Estate. Plymouth. I'm also a member of the Tech Committee, a little under 2 years here.
Yeah, and I'm Peter Toring from Coldwell Banker. I'm our East Sider out in Macomb, and I'm the vice chair of the Tech Committee. Nathan's actually the chair.
I'm the chair, yes. Not only a member, but a chair.
So we've got some business to do. Number one, if you are listening to us on Facebook Live, thanks so much. If you are not and you've missed it, you can still watch the Facebook Live video in the Greater Minds group. You can also listen to the audio on Stitcher, on SoundCloud, on iTunes, any of the places that you normally go to your podcasts. And you can also check us out on our YouTube channel. And it is I think it's the Greater Minds Live YouTube channel. Or is it just Greater Minds YouTube channel?
GMAR YouTube channel.
Okay, it's the GMAR YouTube channel. So check us out there as well. So we appreciate you guys watching. And of course, if you can comment live during the show. If you have any feedback on what we're talking about, if you want to chime in, feel free to do that as well.
Yep. And before we kind of get into the nuts and bolts of what we're going to talk about today, we have a couple housekeeping things, or plugs as we're calling them now. But the big one, I think this is the exciting news that we have to share, is the GMAR Move. So we're moving location of the office of GMAR 2 miles north to, and this is all opening up shop on April 2nd. New address is 24725 12 Mile Road, Suite 100 in Southfield. So keep a lookout for some more information coming your way about that, and stop by and check out the new digs.
Yeah, so the next time you see us, we'll probably have the same background.
Probably, yes, that's right.
The last show here.
This is the last show here. Yeah.
The big thing, we've got NAR's Tech Edge, which is June 7th at the Cadillac Room in Lansing. That is their big Tech Committee event. They're going to be going over productivity tools, photography, staging, video, data security, Google tools, agent ratings, mobility, increasing leads, online branding, social media marketing, just kind of this vast array of tech topics.
It's going to be good.
Yeah, super cool program. And the nice thing about it, too, is, the last time I think it was here was probably 4 years ago. So to have it back close to us, within reason being in Lansing, is really nice. You can head out there, get some great stuff for the day, and not be out, too far to have to worry about travel plans and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So,
if you're interested in that, I'm going to link it out either right now or at some point onto the comment section of this video, and you'll be able to check it out there.
Yep. And then the last plug that we have for you is a great product that we've been talking about for a while here at GMAR is Relationship Farm. It's a really cool thing. They do a couple of really nice features that come with that program. So one is a radius bound marketing. So you can basically pick a geographic location and hit it with different direct mail marketing material, or you could even go as far as maybe sending out some treats. They do like brownies and cookies and that kind of thing. It's pretty cool.
I have used the brownies.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yes,
pretty tasty.
A1, very tasty.
All right, so at least we know they taste good. That's always a bonus. And then they another great program that they do is you can kind of think about it as like drip mail for your direct marketing. So sort of a set it and forget it type of feature. Yeah. To check out more information about it, find out about the programs that they offer, you can go to GMAR Online. You do need to log in, so you're going to need your NERDS number and all that fun stuff. And we'll throw a link up there to the face.
It is exclusive to GMAR members, so nobody else, no realtor anywhere in the state or anywhere else has this this program.
So let's use it. Let's do it.
Just another reason that we are the Greater Realtors. Yeah. And let's jump in. So one of the things that we talked about, we actually put a poll up. If you guys are not watching, we do try to post in Greater Minds a couple times a week. And so we're going to be asking you what you want to hear about. So the overwhelming response today, at least the number one was talking about mobile apps. I think that that's something that we all use. I mean, I've probably used 10 times in the last 10 minutes for my business. So we all have our favorites. We'll talk first about the ones that were suggested by you guys, and then we'll go into kind of some of our favorites.
Yeah. So the first one that kind of came up was from the one and only our president, Jamie, and he was talking about the Transaction Desk app that runs through Instaforms. Mm-hmm. And, I don't know about you guys, but I like it in the sense that it keeps all my deals literally in the palm of my hand. Mm-hmm. I don't have to worry about, God, did I forget that file at the office, or where did everybody sign that agreement? I can just jump on my phone, on my tablet. You can even do it right from your laptop or your desktop and see what's going on. It's just the easy use is awesome. So
I use it every day.
Yeah,
for sure.
What's your favorite feature of it?
Well, keeping the transaction. I mean, the forms really. Getting the forms, generating the forms that needed for the deals. So.
And that's Caleb touched on a really really good part of the transaction desk system is that all of your forms that you use to conduct your business are right there. So you're no longer having to keep stacks of forms. It's all you can easily type them in, fill them in. You can send them out.
The
to get filled in.
templates also.
Templates.
So if you start a new transaction, you can have a buyer's template set up, a seller's template, or a leasing template, and then it'll automatically put all those forms that you use in that file when you create it. So.
Yeah, and the great thing is too is we're all signing contracts on our phone anyways. But it sure beats the heck out of having to go in, log into the MLS, go into Instanet, and try and pull it up on your phone and zoom in. And so Transaction Desk is just a lot more mobile friendly. Unfortunately, it is only for iOS at this point. At some point, hopefully they will put out an Android version and make us all very happy.
Yes, so I have to steal my wife's iPad once in a while.
Yeah, but it's if you're not using it, start using it. I mean, it's really going to make your life heck of a lot easier.
Authentisign.
Yep. I mean, they have a ton of features. They have the forms, the Authentisign, the transaction management. I don't know if you guys know this, but you can even fax out of the system. So you can if you have your docs digitally in Transaction Desk and you need to send them to somebody that's maybe not working with email or whatever the case might be, you can do a cover page right on the system and send it out through their fax system, and it goes right through. Tells you that it actually went through, which is important, and it's a nice system.
Yeah, the other big thing, and I use a similar app for this. One of our gals over at our office, Angela, was talking about Genius Scan, which is fantastic. I use a different version of that. I use Adobe Scan, which is similar, but it's fantastic to be able to just snapshot something and get it into PDF form and get that out immediately.
Another one that I use is Google Drive has the function you can just add.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Okay, and that's a great scanner. It doesn't put any words on it like Free Scanner or anything or Cam Scanner.
I actually didn't know that.
No watermark. Yeah,
it's pretty cool if you have the Google Drive app on your phone, and this is for either iOS or Android. And you go to add a document. You get your selections of whether you want to add like a text document, a spreadsheet, or something like that. But one of the features says scan, and if you click that, it'll scan your document. You can save it as a PDF, an image file, whatever that works for you, and it's pretty good quality. And I'm with you, Caleb.
Another thing too, if you have it on a background, if you put a document on a wood grain background, for example, like this table, take a picture. You're not going to see the wood grain in there.
Cut out.
It's
does,
smart.
yeah.
It's a smart scanner.
Yep,
So.
smart scan. You can adjust it a little bit if you want. But the Genius Scan works similar as well.
Right.
And as Angela Evans commented, it's free, which is. And that's a lot of the stuff we're going to be talking about today, guys, is things you already have in what you might be paying for through, your MLS subscriptions and stuff like that. Or it's free stuff. We're not trying to spend your money here.
I think the only paid app that we're going to, at least that I'll bring up, is MyIQ. I think that's the only, I think everything else is free.
Right, and that's a freemium app. So there's a free version.
Right.
But then if you want
so everything that we're talking about today, guys, you can get for free. She also mentioned WeTransfer, which I have actually not used, where you can actually upload things and turn them into a link, which is really nice.
Yeah, I've used WeTransfer on a number of occasions. So oftentimes you're dealing with clients, they have a Yahoo address or just a basic Gmail address or something like that, and file size limitations when you're sending something to those folks are 25 megabytes in most cases. Well, depending on how you're scanning and all that fun stuff, a lot of times the entire transaction package that you might be sending to somebody is larger than that 25 megabytes. So if you send it through WeTransfer, they just get a link. They click the link. They can download it, so it doesn't get stuck, doesn't get lost. You don't get those emails. Hey, I never got the thing. So it's a really cool large file transfer system that's free, very easy to use. You can use from your mobile devices. You can use from your laptop or desktop.
To check that out. The next one is, and this is, I think we were talking about this before the show, is certainly my one, my favorite, HomeSnap, and then accompanying that, link through to Showing Time.
Yeah, Caleb, we were talking about Showing Time app a little bit.
Yeah,
how do you use that?
The Showing Time app on the go. Say you're working with some clients and you're in a neighborhood and they're, everybody's got their own way of finding the listings. They found it on Zillow, or they found it and it was out. Maybe it's out of their price range a little bit that you were sending them, but they want to see the house anyway. You're in the neighborhood. I just jump on my Showing Time app right there, put the request in. Hopefully it's a go and show or a quick response I get. And then on the way over, I'll pull up my Realcomp MLS app, and that's when you can actually get more info about the home.
Yeah, do your homework right there.
Yeah.
The cool thing I like about HomeSnap specifically is, number one, it links through to Showing Time, so I can actually access Showing Time right through HomeSnap. And number two, I can actually set up my clients there so that they're not going to ZillowRealtor.com, wherever. They can actually have a user-facing search right in HomeSnap. They can send me, they can either SMS message me, so text me listings, or they can send them to me in the app.
So Peter, for us folks that maybe use the Realcomp app a little bit more, educate me on HomeSnap a little bit.
So HomeSnap's powered through my RealSource, so it's going to be for the East Siders. But it's MLS app, but it's got a couple of cool features. Number one, it's got a location feature, so you can actually pull up the map and just hit your location.
Nice.
It's going to pull up the listings around you. If I need to, maybe I'm going on a last-minute showing, I didn't get the chance to get like a quick comp right around it, I can select a property, and it's going to pull up some comps right there, just so I can do a little quick update on what's going on in the neighborhood. And then it also, if properties are off market, it'll still give you kind of the RPR, the AVM, kind of that,
the value,
average value there too. So you get a good heads up of the, if you're walking into a house, because it happens. We all walk into houses blind sometimes.
It does.
We get slapped with last minute showings or a showing that you didn't expect. And it's really nice to be able to go through and do a little bit of homework right as you're sitting right in front of the house.
So, in keeping with our theme of free, that's part of your MLS subscription.
Yeah, part of our MLS dues.
It comes with it.
Yeah, and you can also actually, if you're sitting in front of a house that you can't find a listing or something else, you can actually take a picture right of the house and verify your location. It's going to pull up the listing, which is really nice.
Very cool. Very cool. Caleb and I were talking about right before the show started is the Realcomp app that is similar to HomeSnap in the sense it puts your MLS right in the palm of your hand. You can search by MLS number, address, geolocation on the map. You can, get property, details such as tax information. You can reach out to the listing agent. You can schedule a showing right to Showing Time with it. So very similar features between the two systems that, again, keeps you right in your hand. Being realtors, our business a lot of times is, takes
on the go,
in the driver's seat.
You actually mentioned something that I think is really important. Being able to reach out to the listing agent right through the app and pull up, and not having to pull up the listing, try and go through, click through, and find their office. Try and get a number. Half the time, I think my cell phone number is not in my MLS profile. So it's nice to have that, and you can just go through. And another thing is, I'm in creeper mode right now. But on HomeSnap, and I'm sure Realcomp has the same thing. You can look at other agents' profiles, and you can actually see their deal flow. So you can kind of tell who's on the other side, if they're an experienced agent who's doing some deals, if there's somebody new. So you kind of can get a feel for that agent, where they work.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah,
you can go into a deal.
Yeah, you can find out that information, or sometimes certain agents, they only work in a specific area, so maybe that listing of theirs that you're showing on, one location in the neighborhood doesn't work for the buyer, but maybe they have another one down the street that you just missed for whatever reason. One other cool thing we're talking about, the communication with the agents, and I don't know if you've used this, Caleb, on the Showing Desk app, but they have the chat app, so it's like texting through the Showing Desk app.
I've used that,
which is kind of cool because. Maybe it's a situation like Peter says, it doesn't really throw up his cell phone number sometimes on the listings, but through the chat app, it's a chat messenger. You don't have to have that phone number.
Or if you have a situation like I have this exact minute where I've been waiting on a confirmation for 10 hours. I can go through and actually message the agent or message Showing Time and say, hey, what's going on?
What's
Are we gonna get this confirmed or what's going on? So that's definitely worthwhile. And also, of course, on the Showing Time app, you can request feedback, you can give feedback, and then also, too, you can go through and actually look at what's going on in your listings, which is really nice. So if you want to give a quick update to your sellers on how many showings
stats
you've had,
on there,
the stats, you can check out all that on Showing Time as well. Anyway, the wonderful Al Block mentioned RPR. I actually don't use RPR.
Okay.
I've found that just my other apps kind of give me most of what RPR gives me. But maybe
I used to use it. I used to use it. I don't use RPR anymore. I don't know. I mean, I sometimes go on there to find out some more information. Maybe I'll print something off to give to a client, but it's not my main go-to.
Yeah, it's more of an ancillary.
Yeah, I like it for certain things. I think it gives you a really nice detailed report that is laid out well. That for certain clientele, it helps them understand the information you're trying to give them. Other ways to display, market analysis information and different property details. Sometimes, if folks aren't used to analyzing data, it might not work for them. But RPR does a good job of making it very visual, very easy to read, very easy to understand. So I find for certain people, I really like it.
Yeah.
It works out well.
That's good.
And it's a good, and on the fly it helps.
Right.
Right, and to get, like I said, that's the one time I use it to get more in-depth information.
Yep.
Right.
Is a great place to go.
Just to put it out there, I mean, just because I don't use it doesn't mean it's not great. I mean, it's just the three of us talking about apps that we use.
Yeah, that should be
it's good for everybody. Everybody's different, I felt like, because some things I use and I show it to another real estate agent, and they're like, it just doesn't work for me. And then somebody else I show it to, they're like, this is awesome. Thank you for showing me this.
Well, that's the beauty of I think, of having all of this power in your hand in these mobile apps. Peter, you were talking about Mile IQ. And that's one you use. It's one I use. But Amanda Gleason commented on Greater Minds about Mile Catcher, which is another, mile tracker app. Even now they have the QuickBooks independent, I think independent contractor or something like that.
It's QuickBooks Self-Employed.
Self-employed.
Yeah.
Thank you. That does all, the same thing. So there's a lot of apps that'll do very similar tasks, but maybe one just makes more sense to you than the other. So, you kind of have
the
to try
great
them
thing
out.
about having all the options. Another one that we were talking about, just between the three of us, we were talking about how we keep notes and how we, do our to-do lists. And we had 3 apps just between the three of us.
That's right.
Which one are you using?
I use Todoist, which I like because I was using Google Keep for a long time, and I was realizing I was forgetting to go back and log into Google Keep and check my notes for the day. So a to-do list doesn't help if you forget to check your to-do list.
Right.
So Todoist sends me an email. I have it set up to send me one in the middle of the day, one at the end of the day. It's like, hey, by the way, you forgot to check off X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, oh, okay, I can go back and so I need to be reminded to even check the list of things I need to do. So for somebody like me, that's really helpful.
And Caleb, you use one.
I use Tasks Free. So in the name, it's free. It's there's only one little advertisement at the top, and it's just asking you to upgrade to the other version, really.
Right.
So it's not like you're bombarded with ads. That's why I like it.
Yeah.
And also, you can make the widget on your phone as big as you want. Size it up. So I
you
have
can
it
see
right
your
on my
list.
main screen. Yeah. It's a list. When I pull up my phone, it's right there. So it kind of throws it in your face. But
That's cool. That's
task-free.
cool. And I'm still using the Google Keep that Peter abandoned.
I still use it, just not for stuff that I need to
remember.
to remember every day. Yeah.
So I guess we've kind of covered some of the ones that people were asking us about on Greater Minds Live, and I would imagine being on a tech committee with you guys and knowing that we're all fellow techies and in the real estate world, that we probably have some favorite apps that help us do our business. Maybe not even real estate specific. So, Caleb, what's one of your favorite apps?
Oh, one of my
That
favorite
you
apps?
use for your business?
Gmail.
No, that's a pretty legit comment there.
Pretty much. I mean, Gmail is a big thing, and we take it for granted. Of course, I hope everybody's using some sort of mail application on their phone. But I mean, that is, if you want to ask my favorite one. Down from that, some other people might not know about that are free. Snapseed I use for photo editing. That's a really good one. I don't know if you guys have used that one.
So with photo, you can do you can crop the photo, you can do make it look better.
Yeah, a little
all
more
that.
advanced things. You can
cool.
add text to it. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
Before we get into pictures, I want to, because just the Gmail comment made me think. So we were talking about getting screwed by Microsoft and how everything is on subscription now, and how I was just furious that I had to pay whatever it is, like $9 for Microsoft Office. Which brings me to the Gmail suite is not just Gmail. Having the flexibility of bringing documents between Gmail, Google Sheets, Google Docs, and Google Drive, I think is just unbelievable. I can go through, I can share documents. I don't,
Do you pay for that?
No, it's all
Okay.
it's all at least through my company. It's all free. It's all
Okay.
the business powered Google suite, and I have everything right there. If I want to have a spread, somebody emails me a
Right.
spreadsheet, boom, open it up in Google Sheets.
Yeah.
And then it transfers across all my devices, which Excel doesn't do.
That's the cool thing about, Caleb had just asked, is it free? So really anybody can get this through just a regular Gmail address. So if you just had, johndoe@gmail.com, through that account, you have access to Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Drive, all that kind of stuff. Now there's limitations with it because it's the free version, but I mean, it's pretty robust even for being kind of a downsized version. And then if you go one step further and get into the G Suite, which is like their business version of it, then you start getting to some really powerful stuff, which we won't get into here, but is taken for granted because it is free.
Right, and it's just as powerful.
The reason I was asking if it's a free because I pay $5 a month for G Suite.
Okay, so you have the upgraded version.
Yeah,
of it. Yeah,
because I figure
awesome.
it's way worth it. The $5 and
Totally is.
The other thing, the reason it inspired me or prompted me to pay the $5 was I wanted my own email address. I didn't
branded,
want it at Gmail.
Yep.
So I have a branded email address, and that's.
Yeah.
But now all the other sweet features are it's worth the $5.
Yeah, that branding is an awesome thing. It's if you kind of think about if you had a financial advisor and you were giving them thousands of dollars to invest for you, and you got an email saying, "Oh, you're all set from hockey player 123 at Gmail," it might be a little off-putting. Yeah,
I know that you'd mentioned that one other thing on photo editing. I actually use the Canva app as well, and Canva allows you to do overlays and things, and when you're posting on social media. So that's definitely an app to check out. It's pretty self-explanatory. There's not a lot of features; it just lets you edit pictures and do overlays. But one of the this is not exactly real estate related. I know that I try and stay in my real estate lane, but sometimes you do get the hey, what do you think a generic monthly payment on X, Y, with Z would be? So I have a loan calculator app.
Okay.
I think is really you can go through and put in like I know where FHA rates are locked right now. I've got my weekly interest rates from my preferred lenders, so I kind of can configure at least give them a baseline of what their payments are going to be or fairly close to it. That way on every single house I don't have to send them back to the lender.
Right.
Oh, check with your lender. Check with your lender. And Credit Karma too is for on the mortgage side of things.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be understated, but having people be able to check credit scores and bring it up right at a buyer consultation. Hey, if you don't know your credit score, you can check where you're on Credit Karma, and then you don't.
And it's free.
And if they're not ready for pre-approval, we don't have to pull credit and nail their credit score.
Yep. Yeah.
We can at least get. Of course, it's not super accurate, but we can of course get you at least a baseline of where you are.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Peter, you touched on something there. Is like we try and stay in our real estate lane as far as talking about this stuff, but in a way, I think many apps, even if they're not real estate specific, they can be part of your business. So there's one that I was telling the guys about earlier called Trello. It's a collaborative, whiteboard project management kind of thing. Really cool if you have a large team. You can imagine if you had your office and you had like 5 or 6 whiteboards on the wall and you wrote out what's happening with different projects that you have going on. This is the electronic version of it, which allows for much easier sharing. You can assign tasks. It's mobile friendly. You can use it on your any device, and it just makes some of those things that involve more than one person doing much more manageable and easier to communicate with. That's a really nice app that I like using. And then I found out about a new one last week that I've yet to dive into, but I'm reading about it and I'm really interested in. So maybe we can all kind of test it out together. It's called Coach.me. And basically it's a habit tracking system. So if you're trying to achieve a goal or trying to learn something new, it basically helps you track your achievements in reaching that goal and things like that. So it's pretty cool what they do.
And aside to that, for a while, and I don't always use this now, but I also used a similar app. I actually used a time clock app, and this is going to sound really weird because we don't have billable hours or anything like that. But sometimes it's very
let you know what you're wasting your time on.
It's very easy to get distracted and hey, I've taken now an hour to write an addendum that should have taken me 5 minutes. But I found that if I'm actually punching a clock and I'm like, okay, this is work time, it helped me to really nail down. And I'm like, okay, this is work time, and I've got to focus on this specific task that I'm working. So that helped as well. But another one that is not real estate related, but that I use 6 hours a day is SoundCloud. Or if you're using Stitcher. So a couple of us are just like podcast freaks.
Yep.
The people in my office will tell you they can never get a hold of me because I always got my earphones in. And, in this world of real estate information, there's so much out there that you can constantly be inputting and learning new things and, having a free app to be able to do that. I do pay for the premium SoundCloud. On the flip side, you can only store 3 hours of podcasting. I do podcasting by myself as well. So I have the premium. It's like $7.
Yeah.
Podcast as much as you want.
It's definitely worth it if you're big into the podcast things.
Another app that I use is Dropbox, and that's a free one. So definitely use that pretty much every day.
Yeah. Yeah, another great way to manage your files and share files with people, which is, that's a big part of what we do. So one little thing we haven't touched on is kind of like the elephant in the room. Seems like every time you turn around, you're reading whether it's a real estate publication or watching some webinar. Well, Facebook's its own world. We could spend probably 5-6 episodes on Facebook, but and we probably could. What I'm thinking too is CRMs.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So what are you guys using for that type of stuff? I know there's a million ways to go about it. Stuff that's attached to your websites.
Wow. Yeah, if you talk to any real estate agent or broker, I'm sure they've used quite a few.
Of course.
And it seems like there's always a new, better one coming out.
Yep.
I've used
Salesforce?
And then there's another spin-off that's property-based. Those are not free, though.
Okay.
Not free CRMs.
I don't think any of the CRMs are free.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. I mean, they have, again, the word to keep using is freemium, so it's free to a point, and then you have to start paying for it.
Those two, aren't.
Yeah.
But realistically, any CRM
Robust,
that's powerful and robust that you're going to be using, you're going to be paying. I always say, like, expect to pay $100 to $150 a month for a good CRM.
Yeah. Now, are you guys currently using something you like?
I'm using if you are a Realty brokerage, so if you're Coldwell Banker, Century 21, Better Homes and Gardens, and something else.
A few of them there.
I forget the other ones. They all have the broker provided one. It's called Zap. It's okay. So, but it's something that we're working on. See if we can get it fixed.
What's the main goal?
So for me, the biggest thing is having a system that, number one, automates your leads. NAR statistics are that, number one, it takes you 15 reach outs just to get a conversation. You probably have to have 5 to 6 conversations to get an appointment set. So you have to have these reach outs, and you have to have. I don't have the time to be hitting 100 leads and sending them actual emails every day. So having the automated email drips are fantastic. Okay. Having the dashboards with reminders on who you actually have to call, who you have to send text to that day, and then being able to organize leads into their time frames and kind of narrow that funnel down. Were they buy or seller leads? Are they 6 months out? Are they 2 months out? Are they 5 years out?
So it kind of sounds like a good way to think about a CRM is almost like a business partner sense of like it's helping you organize your business and keep after it and hit those goals that you want to get after.
It's an automated assistant.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what I think about it. And speaking of hitting our goals, I think we're coming up on our time here for episode 5. And so one thing I wanted to talk about, we briefly talked about yesterday in the tech committee, is that we're always looking for topics to discuss on Greater Minds Live. And we work hard to try and come up with our own topics, but we'd love to hear some from you guys. And the cool thing about what we're able to do here is not only is it just Peter and I, and when we have other guests and stuff come in, is that if there's somebody that's industry specific to a question that we get, we will seek out somebody that's able to answer those questions and have a good conversation about it. I think, and I think that's really the power of what we have available in GMAR, is that we have so many people that are experts in so many fields that we can really we can help each other out by getting some good topics to talk about, and we hope to get those from you guys.
Yeah, we want to. That's been the whole goal of this. We want to provide massive value to you guys. Obviously, I'm not a particular expert in one particular area, but we can bring those people in that are the other voices, or that are, like you said, we've got a lot of brilliant minds here in GMAR. So we'd love to hear from you guys. We'd love to know what is going to help you and help your business today. That's the big thing. What's going to help your business today?
So I'm going to put Tim on the spot real quick. Is our special guest showing up for the next episode? Yes. Okay, so tune in for episode 6 on coming up in April, and we'll have a very special guest talking about some things going on at GMAR, and we'll have some fun with it. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Please follow us on the Greater Minds page. What are our podcast spots again, Peter? You always have mine.
So you can check it out. SoundCloud, Stitcher. I'm sure it's on Overcast, iTunes. Anywhere that you find podcasts, you're going to find us. Go check it out. Or on YouTube if you like to see our beautiful faces. Maybe just listen to the podcast. Right. Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you next time.
Appreciate you guys having me. Thank you.
Thanks, Caleb. Yep.